The planned increase in the FY 2024 AFP modernization program's budget by the Philippine Senate is highlighted by several senators led by Senate Pre. Juan Miguel Zubiri will be used to boost the country's air defense capabilities. Although there were no specifics mentioned, our sources confirmed it's specifically more for air interdiction, including munitions and support equipment. The additional funds planned to be added for 2024 is more than enough for the 15% down payment deposit for more multi-role fighters than the originally planned 12 to 14 fighters. It remains to be seen how the DND and Philippine Air Force will decide on how to use such funds if they are indeed made available to them next year. The country's defense sector will get P282.7 billion to fund land, air, and naval forces defense programs in 2024. Speaker Martin Romualdez confirmed at a security forum on Friday. In a forum organized by the alumni of the National Defense College of the Philippines, Romualdez said the amount will be 21.6% higher than the P203.4 billion allotted by Congress this year. The P282.7 billion also excludes the P1.23 billion in confidential funds that were realigned to government agencies with specific security and defense mandates, particularly those defending the West Philippine Sea. The Philippine Air Force is modernizing its squadrons of aircraft under the flight plan that it pushes until 2028, in line with the revised Armed Forces of the Philippines modernization program, which has 3 horizons for its different branches to accomplish. Currently, under this horizon, the Philippine Air Force is pushing for at least a squadron of multi-role fighter jet under the acquisition program that bears the same name, aiming on having a capability that is a step higher than the lead-in fighter trainers that the FA-50PH of the Air Branch currently has in its squadrons of different aircraft. The multi-role fighter jet acquisition project is currently competing between Lockheed Martin's F-16 Block 70/72 and Saab's JAS-39 Block C/D, which are both capable fighters aiming to be the backbone of the Philippine Air Force's air interdiction wing as part of its PADIZ implementation. Each has its own sets of problems presented that the Philippine Air Force sees it as an obstacle for the project itself. Given the possibility, it is nice to present an additional to the multi-role fighter jet program as the government is keen on pushing it through, with an idea of adding more FA-50PH that the Philippine Air Force already has in its fleet of aircraft being in the pipeline in achieving a high-low mix of aircraft serving the Air Force's 5th Fighter Wing for implementing the Philippine Air Defense Identification Zone or PADIZ. Purchasing additional FA-50s for the Philippine Air Force is nothing new, as there is an idea for the organization to add at least one squadron of these primary combat trainers with a separate budget for the multi-role fighter jet acquisition project, and possibly acquire additional aircraft from Korea Aerospace Industries. According to the latest information, Korea Aerospace Industry KAI submitted an interesting plan to the Philippine Air Force to acquire at least 2 additional squadrons of FA-50PH aircraft with the aim of strengthening the squadron of FA-50PH jets currently in service. Despite the long queues, Lockheed Martin and the United States government are still pitching their F-16 Block 70/72 offer to the Philippine Air Force, as it competes with the JAS-39 Gripen C/D multi-role fighter jet from Swedish aerospace manufacturer Saab, whereby there is an argument that both the F-16 fighter jets and the FA-50s that the Philippine Air Force currently has shared commonalities on its ecosystem. And to take note, the Philippine Air Force are both pursuing for a multi-role fighter jet and additional FA-50s on its inventory, with each having 12 units or what is to be equivalent to a single squadron within the Air Service Branch, whereby the former may serve as a dedicated platform that secure the Philippine Air Defense Identification Zone or PADIZ, while the latter primarily serve as a training platform, doubling as a light combat aircraft, a force multiplier to the multi-role fighter jet. In the end, it would be at the discretion of the leadership within the Philippine Air Force, together with those within the Department of National Defense, whether the acquisition plan to purchase more FA-50PH may push through, as the government may get to prepare to what the third horizon may bring by year 2023, with itself coming with larger big-ticket projects intended for the improvement of the armed forces of the Philippines and its overall capabilities until the year 2028.